Okay, well, you can see the cabin off there in the distance. Madison and I are going to go and take this trail that way. There's a little tunnel back over that way. We're going to take that, and then we're going to show you the little stuff that's up here. So it's pretty cool. They kind of have, I want to say like it's a mail shop, or not mail shop, like a post office and maybe a general store. So when we get there, I will bring this back on so you can see that. So give us a couple minutes, and actually I just heard it. You might be able to see it. There's a boat that they have in here for the canal, an old style boat that they used to use. That's what this trail is actually for, when they used to run horses or cows or bulls or whatever it was that they used, oxen, and they would pull the boats down the canal. There's actually one coming this way, because where we're at, I told you, was canal days. Actually, let me go down this little hill. You can actually see this thing. Maybe it's gonna be in the distance, but I will show you. Check this thing out. You can probably see it down there. It's turning around and it takes you on a tour. It goes that direction and it turns around and comes back. There's a couple of guys on there with some long wooden oars using this boat. So it's not powered by engine or anything, it's powered by man. So that's pretty cool. We're not doing that this weekend. We're just here to enjoy ourselves, and I'll show you the little history of a map or whatever it is that's right here. And you have to excuse the train in the background. It's actually a track right next to us. So we're actually walking this trail on the tow path, and right here, if you can see down there, is that exact gate where they would have water come in, fill this up, or allow water out. So yeah, it's pretty cool here. We're gonna get going down there. I want to show you the post office and general store, or whatever it is, so just hang tight. Okay, so the first building we come across is actually a post office from a small town called Sleeth, Indiana. And there's actually a little map of it here. We're here, Madison, hold that for me. We're here in Delphi, and Sleeth is a little northwest of Delphi. Got an airplane in the background there. So yeah, here's the post office. Been restored, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to see inside, but I'll try to get you a glimpse in there. Looks like some equipment in there. Chair. Wanted pictures. I'm sure they're locals. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So the other building over here I was trying to think of is called, oh, it's a railroad depot. It's a restored, the name of it's Erie. Restored Erie Railroad Depot. The name of it's Leaders Ford. You've got your wheelchair accessible ramp there. Railroad crossing. So we'll check this out too. I don't know what they use this for, but here's its original. This is when it was originally installed. You can see all the new wood and such. And they've got some reenactors in here showing how to load a rail car. It looks like it's got the metal wheels on it. I'm not sure exactly. This is the original depot before it was restored. And then Amish crew loading Panels onto a trailer as the depot is disassembled and readied for the move to Canal Park. So this is not its original location. So it's moved here and redone. So that's pretty cool. This would have been the big sliding door. As you can see, there's the handle here. And it's probably on tracks and it would have swung open. And you can see right down here, they've got old rails, because they would have loaded right here on this deck we're walking on. You can see inside the windows there, maybe some old lanterns. Not sure if there's really anything else you can see. There's an old lamp there. Got some telegraph items in there. Old pieces of mail. There's an old phone back there in the distance. Maybe you can see, maybe you don't. Not sure. We're gonna go up here in the glass. Hopefully you can see some of this stuff. And if you couldn't see it, I apologize for just letting you look at nothing. So where we're going is this little tunnel right there, because I've heard the tunnels, or not tunnels per se, the trails around here are very nice. If you watched my last video, or 2 videos ago, I did that hike at the trail I went to. Its name is escaping me. I'll flash that across the screen here someplace. I told you there was lots of trails here, and we went to explore some, and looks like an old abandoned one there, perhaps. But we're going to go into this one. Wow. And Madison's going to go ahead of me. And as you can see in front of her, there is a little bit of a trail. So let us enjoy this for a little while, and then we'll bring you back if we see anything interesting. Otherwise, otherwise it's just a trail, and we've all seen trails. So we'll see you shortly. Okay, as you can probably hear, we are next to the road. This trail, we came out over here. We came from back that way. We got on this trail and we thought that maybe it just ducked back in, but it literally continues on down there. And then we're guessing it probably goes into the city and eventually makes it back to the park. So it would be a couple miles worth of walking, and we're not prepared for that. So we're gonna head back in where we came from. And the canal is right there. It's pretty much followed us this whole way. You might be able to see through the trees there. But the trail we came in on was here. Look how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. We definitely can't wait for more leaves to fall, but if you look down there now, a bunch of oranges, a bunch of reds. Got some reds there. Favorite time of year. I mean, look right here. A lot of red there. Some more red over here. Awesome. I want to show you the sign real quick. It's called Delphi Historic Trails. And that is where we are. So that's really cool that all of this is around us. We moved from a larger city to where we live now, which isn't far from here. And so far we're really liking it, because in the last 2 years we've discovered places like this. And Moyer Good, that's the name of that other hiking one. I'm sure I flashed it, but here I am remembering that. So that's one of the trails near this town, Delphi, where we frequent a lot, and when we're going to the in-laws we drive through all the time. And this place is just pretty cool. Lots of things to see, like look like somebody's trying to build a stick structure down there. You can see they did a ridge pole across there and did their wall coming down right next to the river's edge, creek's edge, canal's edge. And then when we were walking through here, we noticed A bunch of rocks back here, like look like there might be a little rock wall back over here. Big hunk of metal right there. I'm not sure what that's from, but it's got writing on it. I see IN, so maybe Indiana, or it's in the, I'm not sure. And then that other word starts with the D, so we're not sure. This was a pretty happening area back in the day, so lots of history here, lots to explore, and we are heading back toward camp, well, the cabin, and we're just going to spend the remaining of our time there. Less filming, more hanging out. We'll bring you in for some highlights. We'll bring you back for some dinner. Maybe we'll take a tour of the historical town that they have here. I just want to wait for it to close so that we're not getting anybody on film that doesn't want to be filmed. And I'll turn you around so you can see the trail in front of us and see what we get to see, and maybe you'll come out here and check it out and enjoy this. Like we mentioned before, a person would walk next to a horse or a mule or whatever, and they would pull these canal boats up and down the canal, which would be here, this canal, and this would be the trail that they've walked along, and then there's actually a trail you can see over there. So there you have it. Got the, still excuse the wind, it's still windy, but I wanted to show you kind of what this place does. They have a whole reenactment scene, storefronts and whatnot. Got a drug and medicine store here. All these are empty, of course. Probably can't really see in there, but they're all empty. It's just to mimic a storefront and an old town. This is a convention center, I believe. On the inside they do things here, but here's boot and shoemakers, which you can see in there, maybe like tables and stuff. They do like conventions and whatnot in there. And they got a bakery sign here. Looks like we can go upstairs, so we're gonna try this and see. I'm not sure what's up here, but we'll check this out. Yeah, you can come upstairs, kind of a lookout. It's called the Buford House, and then there's a Northwestern Hall. Pretty cool. There's an old canal boat the kids can play on. I'm sure Matt's gonna be doing that later. Canal boat dock. Cool little stair path here. So sorry for the jostling. We are taking the steps down. We'll get Madison going the rest of the way. And this is it. You come up here and sit. They've got their little I guess you call those anchors. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not a boat person, but it's where you tie off your boat. Got the rope here for safety, of course, and right here is actually the opening for where you would get on to the canal boat. And then they have signage here: 24 working canal boat, 2/3 the original size, obviously, because they're too big. So, as you can see, we're going to be going over to some historical houses like that one right there, which is colonial style, which is what my wife and I bought for our family, our colonial style house. And I will be showing you guys that eventually when I decide I want to give you a home tour of where I live. But for now, there's that metal bridge, the awesome canal, kind of a cool greenish brownish. Not sure if it's stocked with fish or not, but it's pretty cool. There's a little church over there, a little deal here. So hope you enjoy the scenery here. Just a picture of some nice flowers and some nectaring bees. Really pretty flowers here. So here you can see, get your tickets now at the museum desk. For a canal boat ride, it's $10 for an adult, $5 for children. All your information here. Wabash and Erie Canal, Delphi, Indiana. So they actually have an old time ticket booth here for you to get your tickets. This, ladies and gentlemen, is almost an exact replica of my house. I've always loved the colonial style, and this is a colonial style house. This is the Reed Case house. It's pretty cool. And then in the background, you've got little town, little village over here. Back there, we'll get to it, is a schoolhouse. This is like a little general store that has actual drinks and stuff. There's a, back there behind it is a blacksmith shop, woodworking shop. I don't remember what this one is. There's a Cooper's station, I think is what they called them here. The people that made buckets and whatnot. There's like a little general store right here. But yeah, this place is pretty neat. There's houses back there in the background. Lots of houses here. Little shops and whatnot. Historical outhouse restrooms back there. Just kidding, that's not historical. That's very much modern. Oh, that's called the blacksmith shop and carpenter shop. We won't be getting a tour of the inside, but I can show you all of the buildings as we get to them. This here is the general store, which obviously you can't see in. Now we're on the bridge, which Madison pans down a little bit. You can see it's got a wooden base, which I believe is former railroad ties or something like that. It's an original bridge from I don't know how long ago, but it's pretty cool. And then you can look that way. You can see another path on the other side of the canal where horses would have pulled those canal boats. And then it goes back over that way where you can actually go under a bridge over that way. Turn that way, Madison, so people can see the bridge that you can go under. No, we'll bring you up a little bit closer. Right over there, you can see a little tunnel. But back that way, you can see a little house back there. I believe it's called the boathouse or canal house or something along those lines. Anyway, we are about to cross the bridge and go look at the church. And this one here has, I want to say, from what I've heard, it has the original glass because it's that wavy glass that it kind of looks distorted or whatever. I'll let you see here. Look at this glass. I'll move it up and down so you can kind of see how it moves or whatever. Maybe different angles and stuff. It's like original period glass. Maybe not original to the building, but if you look inside you can see, oops, sorry for banging that. It's an old church. It's pretty cool. It's got original wood shutters that are on here. Let's go look at more. Okay, so now we're at what they call the Bowen cabin. Metal roof. Obviously not time period, but I will show you something here in a second. But look at the old fireplace. See all old rocks with the moss and stuff growing. There's a window here. I'll give you guys a glimpse inside, possibly, maybe. You can see tables and stuff in there. I wanted to show you something, why this has a metal roof, and show you the comparison with one that doesn't have a metal roof. So the Bowen house, obviously this is for, you know, many more generations to come and enjoy this, but if you look at this one next to it, the moss with the wooden shakers, whatever you want to call them, that's the difference. So that looks obviously old in period. This is new, so maybe its roof was a lot more damaged, and it's pretty neat. It's got the light up there that says something up there, WEC 1841, and it shows a little canal boat. Not sure if that's original or made specifically for this, but yeah, you can look in there and see a table, a buffet back there maybe. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And you've got your well pump right there. This one over here is called the Coons cabin. Looks like it's a family cabin, which those are windows that we can't see in because they're made of wood. But this is pretty neat. I mean, you got all these shutters that open up. We won't leave that open. I'm sure they don't want it left open, but look, they've got the old fences that you stacked up yourself. I think they're called like worm fencing or worm fence. They have an old working windmill up there. You can probably see that. And here's Madison looking inside here. Yeah, another table, a couple tables actually. Some stuff in there. So let's keep exploring. There's a lot more buildings to look at. We won't look at the restrooms, we'll just keep going. So we'll bring you back in just a second. The last time Madison and I were here, we stepped into this paper maker shop. And I want to say we purchased some things, but I don't recall what we purchased. But it's a paper mill. We'll buy rags for paper mill. 1.5 cents per pound. So they have paper mill complex. So this is where they made paper, obviously, paper mill. There's the windmill up there. Very nice windmill. There's those modern restrooms I was telling you about. They have a little actual garden here that they do grow things in. I'm not sure what they actually get out of it, but everything's labeled. Different seeds and spices and whatnot. There's some poppy seeds, spearmint, more poppy, sage, lots of sage, lots of different things here. It's pretty cool. Right over here, there's something called the summer kitchen. That's actually where you can go and buy sodas and snacks and stuff for your time out here. Little area right here to sit and eat. And then we have the school I was telling you about. Madison and I spent some time in that school when we were here the last time. We didn't get that on film, but we were in there and she got a prize or something, if I remember correctly. There's a bell up there to let kids know that it's time for school. Then they have over here the Cooper shop. I'll show you that in just a second. Can't really show you the inside because it's closed, but cooper shop with a nice roof on it. So they made barrels and stuff in here. Get you a close up on that. Handmade buckets and barrels and churns and different things like that. It gives you kind of an image of all of the various parts. We spent some time in there talking to the man that ran it last year, and the guy was a wealth of knowledge. You can actually see right here pieces from them making the barrels and stuff. You can see it's pretty neat. I thought for sure they said you could take these last year, but we're not going to. But it's pretty cool. So we're gonna go around to the school side here. I don't know if there's any windows or not to get you an image of the inside, but we'll, nope, it's all just a door. But it's the 1834 Wide Water School. Number 5, I presume that means it's the 5th one in the area. But here's a image of what schoolhouse would have looked like. When Madison and I was in here, we were on this back side, all the way in the back. We're not the front and center people. And it says this school is at least 190 years old. So lots of history right there. Now we're going to walk over to, I'm not sure exactly what this is just yet, but I mean, look at it. We've got like old machinery, washing machine parts, wheelbarrow right there, an old kettle right here. That'd be cool to make some popcorn and stuff. A cage. I'm guessing they have a rodent problem here. That's pretty cool. They got some beams up there. Oh, so this was the broom maker's shop. Broom maker. Got all that moss up there. Got the broom making process. So those machines over there were from broom making. Look at that old handle. That's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. They've got some square nails in the wall. Got some hooks that I just pulled out. Actual hand forged hooks here. That's pretty cool. From the blacksmith shop. There's another one there. Another one over here. That's pretty neat. This place is pretty cool. So now we're over to Jim's carpenter shop and Van's blacksmith shop, sorry. An old sharpening stone. You can see some scrape marks on there. People have sharpened knives. When Madison and I was here last year, there was a gentleman and his wife doing some wood turning, and he made Madison a little ice cream cone. It was pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much this whole place. This place is pretty cool. Back side of the house. And then the canal boat that Madison's going to be playing on here in just a minute. And then we have a chicken coop here. Find the prize egg. Chicken coop. I presume that's where they kept chickens back in the day. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tour. It was awesome for us. We've actually been here before, so this has been, you know, a reminiscent trip for us. as far as this facility, but it's pretty awesome. She's gonna go play. I'm not gonna film that because I'm just gonna let her do her kid thing, and then we'll see you back at the cabin for dinner because it's getting to be about that time. Thanks for coming along for this tour of an old 18th century, maybe even 19th century town. 1850s Pioneer Village. Maybe if I read the signs next time, I can give you an exact date. So it is definitely 19th century. So over here, on the far end of the canal, are these gates that we were talking about that open up. And you can see all the original hardware and stuff and levers to open and close are still here. And the rests for when it is open. So that's this end. And we're gonna walk along this side over there. Sorry about my McDonald's coffee in the way. We're gonna walk up that way and show you the other end where they park the canal boats. So here is the Red Bridge Settlement, Lime Production and Transportation. This is the board that shows the boat where it goes inside right there. That's where it's housed. There's a little garage door over on this far left side. But then you can go to the left a little bit over here. There's another loading area, and the canal continues back that way. So there's the other loading area. Then the canal continues over that way. But there's a family hanging out up here, and I don't want to interfere with them and film them. So there's the canal back. And there's the trail that we just walked in on, and we're heading back that way now. So this is the end of our trail tour